back in New York. We have a new release to streaming for you all today. The debut feature from Yonkers-born actor-director Frankie Montero. Beggarman tells the story of an Iraqi veteran fallen on hard times who happens upon a suitcase full of money. With hopes of a second chance at life, he seeks the help of a local gangster. So it feels like we're living in an era now where everything has to be simplified and sanitised, because if anyone dares to write a character with negative traits, especially if they're political, they're instantly attacked for doing so. Because for some reason we're living in a time when the discourse around arts and films has been taken over by people who have no imagination at all. People who think that an artist can only touch on an idea or a theme or an ideology or anything if they 100% believe in that themselves. Because they are people who think that anything negative about history or humanity needs to be erased, not examined. So it's refreshing to see a film like Beggarman, which feels like a throwback to a simpler time when things were allowed to be more complex. Because artists respected us enough to make our own decisions. A time where an artist could have morals, but could also present situations where the perfect moral choice just isn't viable, like reality. And a time when you could relate to a character without agreeing with everything they see, think or feel. Beggarman not only shows us this kind of character, thanks to the fantastic nuanced performance of Lenny Thomas, but also goes to great lengths to show the kind of world that creates or moulds this kind of person and these kinds of situations. And that world is New York City. And the first thing we hear on arriving there is sirens in the blue cold of morning. Rough sleepers, the hustle and bustle of city life, and the idea that you could just disappear in there without anyone noticing, or the idea that you could walk the same streets every day and not bump into the same person twice, or not even notice if you did. Where violence can erupt at any point as if there really is a river of hateful slime underneath the whole thing. It's fantastic world building. And I've got to just give a shout out here to Peter Green, who I've not seen in anything for ages and I'd kind of forgotten about. Although I did see a clip from Judgment Night the other day. Does anyone remember that? That was the soundtrack of my youth. Another body murdered! But anyway, yeah, Peter Green turns up and he's still got that menacing charisma there. But it's a bit more grounded this time. But that's the only way that this film is grounded. It's definitely not grounded in terms of plot. It's a structureless film that drifts from one thing to another in much the same way that the lead does, which makes it that much more immersive. It's a film and a life lived outside of normal circumstances, with no structure and no routines, just a sort of weightlessness. It's the sort of freeing feeling you would feel on payday when you were younger in your first job, when you were going to take all that money and just go out and get hammered and end up who knows where. You know, it's that sort of freeing weightlessness that's fantastic when you're that age, but as an adult, it's just terrifying. You know, to be a fully grown adult who needs to look after themselves but having no grounding and no backup, no one to help you, and to be just lost in an uncaring world that's just waiting to devour you as soon as you fall down. I mean, that's the feeling I got from the film anyway, just a sense of falling and the horror of that. So yeah, Beggarman, if you like the sort of gritty 70s New York City, New Hollywood films that don't offer easy answers and are more interested in showing you a life and a world than telling you what you should think about it, then you'll enjoy this one. No easy answers, plenty of character. And Peter Green, back again. It's available to stream from today. I suggest you do. We are IndieMDB for everything indie.